Engage in a Family Gaming Podcast.
And hello everyone and welcome to Engage, a Family Gaming Podcast. This is episode 118 and I am your host, Stephen Duetzmann, as always. This is the official video game and board game podcast for EngageFamilyGaming.com. It's a website where parents like myself and my co-hosts come together to give parents and families the information they need to get their family game on. This week, it's a quiet fireside chat with Mr. Jonathan Tomlinson, the man behind the curtain. How are you, sir?
I'm excited about cardboard.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's noteworthy for you, not noteworthy for me. I play board games and I play Magic, etc. So me being excited about cardboard, nothing new. However, Nintendo is bringing the heat with some cardboard, which is interesting. We're going to talk about that during one of our topics. But for those of you that know, right, if you listen for a while, you know we alternate our topics between video games and board games. Last week, we talked about the board games that we are most excited for in 2018. There were a lot of them. We're going to do the exact same thing, talking about video games. Many of you might be wondering, where is my wife? You know, it turns out the only game she is super looking forward to, she gave me notes. If you know her, it's fairly obvious. So, that's our big topic. We're going to be talking about the video games of 2018. But before we get into Around the Horn and all that other stuff, I would like to take a moment to thank you for listening. It's a pleasure to have you listen to us, and an honor that you take time out of your week to hear what we have to say. I also hope the games you've been playing have been great, right? Like, this is a great time to be a gamer. I've been playing some awesome stuff. John plays way more games than I do. And he's been playing some good stuff too. But one thing we would like is we like to make this podcast more interactive. So feel free to reach out to us on social media, join our Facebook community at EngageFamilyGaming.com/community, and maybe shoot us an email. And we would love comments, questions, topic suggestions. The automatic write them yourself topics are about to end, and we would love to have some of your suggestions. So thank you very much. So let's just go right around the horn, because we certainly have a lot going on. We've got 3 games to bring to the table today. Why don't I go first? I've been playing a lot of Steamworld Heist. Have you played that yet?
I've looked at it. I haven't been able to pull the trigger yet because of a suggestion that you made last episode, but go ahead.
Okay, speaking of pulling the trigger, very funny, because Steamworld Heist does involve guns, but don't worry, folks, it's not that kind of thing. So I'm going to describe this to you. It is a side-scrolling strategy game that is essentially Firefly, only good. I did it. Everybody knows. It's not even funny anymore. I don't really like Firefly. But what it is you play a group of like steam-powered robots that are on a little spaceship, not unlike the ship in, thematically speaking, the ship in Firefly. And you are smugglers, and you are, there's like a whole plot that you're involved in, and basically you built this ragtag crew of steam-powered robots to complete different challenges. And so each mission, it'll tell you how many dudes you can bring with you, and then you're given like a ranking based on, how well you do, and the ranking, earns you experience points, and you get loot. Over time, you build like this crazy ragtag group of robots that a lot of them have really interesting specialties. Like there's this one that you get called Igorski, who is this huge bodybuilder robot, to the point where wherever his idle animation is, he's lifting a giant dumbbell just over and over again. This game does not take itself super seriously, but I love the soundtrack. I love the art style. It's on Switch now. That's where I'm playing it, and it is stunning. And it's one of those things that, for no reason, every time I'm playing, every time I'm not playing, I want to play it. Like, I want to go play it now. I'm probably going to play a bunch of levels when we're done recording tonight. that's how like it's got its hooks in me. It is a simple game, relatively. There's a bunch of different difficulty levels. I'm playing it on casual because I don't have anything to prove. And so I'm just kind of breezing through it, and I'm really just kind of enjoying just every level is just kind of like a puzzle, and I don't really have to freak out about everything. That makes it pretty accessible, There's no penalty if you lose, but there are rewards if you succeed. Get all the epic loot, explore all the ships. I really dig it. It's on everything. So it was originally released for the 3DS about 2 years ago. Since then, it was released on PC. It's even on mobile, which I think is a perfect place to play it. So if you have an iPad, Steamworld Heist, awesome on the iPad. But it also is, it's on the Xbox One, PS4, and now it's on the Switch. And I think the Switch, it's a very good mobile game. So
how much is running on the
I think
Switch?
it's like $20. Let me look.
$20.
It's also obviously on PC. I am hoping that they make another Steamworld Heist 2. Like a Steamworld Heist 2 would be amazing. Let's see here. Steamworld Heist Switch cost. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's the Steamworld Heist Ultimate Edition on the Switch.
So it's got all the DLC and stuff.
Looks like it, yeah. Let's see what we got here. $20. Worth every penny. It's really cool. I love the different characters. The story is kind of interesting. I mean, I know this sounds kind of like, kind of who cares, but it's an interesting enough story. You're dealing with, the different robots, and you're exploring space, and eventually you deal with like this big government, and then eventually you find out some more stuff. It's really neat. And it really does kind of feel like Firefly in a little bit. My favorite part about it is that you can shoot the hats off enemies and then steal them and then wear them.
That's very
like hats. Yeah, hats, but they can shoot your hat off.
Awesome.
So, but I really dig it. The sniper rifles I find, because one of the things that's key about this, and I haven't mentioned it yet, is you actually have to aim your gun.
Okay.
So like you choose like the arc, the angle at which you are shooting, and some weapons ricochet. Like sniper rifles have laser sights and they ricochet, so you can see where they're shooting. So I have this old dude named Valentine that's on my team. That he's very slow, but like the trick with sniper rifles is you can't shoot them after you have moved. So he's always just kind of like sitting in the back, using like crazy bank shots like you're playing pool to take out enemies. It's just awesome. You keep getting new weapons, and all the weapons have different stuff. I cannot recommend this game enough. If it came out this year, it would probably be one of my games of the year this year. I'm not even kidding. This is a really, really good video game.
That's awesome.
And it's made by the same people that made SteamWorld Dig. It's in that same universe, so it's got some of the same kind of aesthetics. I don't want to say it's the same, because it's very different. The SteamWorld Dig games are kind of Metroidvania-y, especially SteamWorld Dig 2, which I'm getting next. I've only played like a demo. SteamWorld Heist is just so good. So good.
Yeah, from what I hear, I just haven't pulled the trigger. A game I did pull the trigger on was a little game called Blossom Tales, which everybody's been talking about, but you mentioned last week. And
Yep.
it's the elevator pitch of Zelda Link to the Past,
Yep.
but like slot.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But like the controls are looser, so that makes it better. That makes it more playable. Like you can't lose at it basically. Like it's a lot of fun. I enjoy every second, and I'm about 2/3 of the way done with it.
Okay.
But also talking about shooting, I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2.
Okay.
I finally got around to joining a clan, and playing the raids and stuff finally, which
Nice.
I never did in Destiny 1. So.
Sweet. So how are you? So let's get back to Blossom Tales. I want to talk about that a little bit. So how do you? So what are you thinking? Like, are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it's the perfect like throwback, and the price point is just right where it's not a $30 or $40 game that I have to drop money on.
Yeah.
It's like, was it $13 or $15, and it's easily worth every single penny if you ever like the old 2D over the top Zelda games, which I love.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think one of my it does not hide its love for 2D Zeldas, and until A Link Between Worlds gets released on Switch, which we don't even know if it will. I hope it does. Blossom Tales is it's a pretty reasonable substitute. I enjoy it a lot. I think it's. I mean, I was playing it until I got sent my code for Steamworld Heist for the Switch, and I will admit that it has kind of taken over. But man, do I like it? I mean, it's not flashy.
They're like full on jokes where it's just like it's like Spaceballs, where it knows that it's copying something else.
Oh yeah. Oh, it knows.
And it just puts it out there. It's like, I am, you know who I am. I'm just a girl.
Yep. Exactly. So, yeah. It is short. It's not a very long game, but I think that actually works in its favor, just by nature of the fact that it's, it is a...
Yeah, at that price point, I don't mind that it's short.
Exactly. So that's Blossom Tales. Now, that's just a, little thing that you've been kind of getting in on. But you've been playing some bigger games. I want to hear your update for Destiny 2. Like, what do you think?
Since joining a clan that's very active, I'm able to just jump on into the clan chat and be like, hey, I need to run this quest, or hey, I need to go run, the raid so that I get all the raid gear and stuff, which is pretty awesome. That kind of community aspect and just camaraderie is much better. I never really, the clan I was in Destiny 1, I was never really active.
Okay.
And I just didn't get anything done with one of my good friends, being one of the admins of the clan and founder of the clan. She just keeps on messaging me on Friday we merged with another clan and they came to us, but Friday night I was playing with one of our original members, and then we got a third guy who was from the other clan came over and played, and then all of a sudden my guy bounced, and the third filler was another guy from the other clan, and we played until 4 in the morning, nonstop. So the ability to just be like, hey, there's this one quest that I need to do. They're like, oh, I did that. Let's go this way.
So if I could, because I didn't want to interrupt your story too much, why don't you tell the audience what the heck a clan is?
The clan is basically like a guild if you've ever played fantasy MMOs or anything like that. It's a team, basically.
Yeah.
But they have weekly experience points that you could gather in a pool. Like if you've ever played Clash of Clans, you're not forced to, but eventually you join a clan so that you can do clan wars and stuff like that. It's another facet to the game where you can get more stuff done. Because even without being in the clan on Destiny 2, it's very hard to even get into a raid because you can't solo a raid. Because there's one where you literally have to press 4 buttons at once and then have people swap out while they're standing on the button.
Okay.
And yeah, that mechanic, if you've seen the if you look up the Leviathan raid, and I'll drop a video in the show notes. It's tough as nails, where like you have to go back and forth. There's communication that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Teamwork every single step of the way to break it down till you get to the final boss. And luckily, with the Leviathan raid, each segment, like there's 3 segments.
Yeah.
Once you completed a segment, when you jump back in, whoever the furthest one on the team that you're playing is where you'll end up. So we got all the way up to the final boss, but it was 11 o'clock, and half the guys were done for the night, and I had to leave for work. So.
Yeah, I have so many similar experiences, being in a clan or being in a guild in, World of Warcraft. I know a lot of folks, are concerned, right, about the idea of, having, their kids, like, kind of meet up with these strangers, but, having a common interest absolutely helps. So, obviously vet the communities that your kids are joining with, but just, recognize that some of these, guilds, clans, etc., are some of the premier way to interact with some of these games, and they're one of the reasons why some of these games exist. If you're not going to let them participate in, a clan or a guild or something like that in Destiny, my recommendation is don't have them play. Play Overwatch, which is a game you can play by yourself or something like that. There are other options. Play Halo. And so, just because it's important. So that's Destiny 2. We had a recent DLC drop. We got some more DLC coming out very soon. I have fallen off of it, but I'm probably going to get back into it at some point relatively soon. Maybe I'll jump into the clan that you're in, because the clan that I was in is very, very like small and not very active. So maybe I will do that, because I could use a clan to help me get some of this stuff done.
Oh yeah.
So that is Around the Horn, right? That's not a bad little step so far. I do want to talk about one more thing.
Yeah.
So there are 2 fighting games coming out in the very beginning of this year. One of them is Dissidea, Final Fantasy NT, and the second being Dragonball FighterZ. And I had an opportunity to play both of these games. And I tell you, I was originally mega hyped for Dissidea, and pretty hyped for Dragonball FighterZ. That has 100% been flipped around. Dragonball FighterZ is the truth. It is. I think that I have to buy it and play it, and I will be picking it up relatively soon. I think it might be a better fighting game than Street Fighter V.
From what I've heard about Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball FighterZ.
No, say it right. Say it right. Wait, no, hold on. I'm going to interrupt you. It is called Dragon Ball FighterZ. They have clarified it is not Dragon Ball FighterZ. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
But no, it's Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I could have sworn I heard it reported out. But anyway, from what I heard, they were playing the alpha last year and breaking the game.
Oh, it's much more balanced now.
Yeah, they've had massive fun from what I hear.
Yeah.
I'm not a Dragon Ball guy, so it's not my kind of game. But with all fighting games, anyone could pick them up. Anyone could learn the moves. It's not about the story. It's how you win matches.
Well, yeah, I think the big thing about this is Dragon Ball FighterZ is a very accessible game. There's another level for professionals, and we're going to see some of that at EVO. This game has some hype behind it, so it's going to be bananas. This game plays like a cartoon, and with the pursuit button and the fact that everyone has a projectile that's attached to a face button, it is easy to do stuff that looks cool. Whether it's effective or not is a different thing. But it is easy to do stuff that just looks cool. And, man, it's just, I can't wait. That is, Dragon Ball FighterZ is a game that I am, It is our early. Man, it's so good, and I'm so glad I played the beta. And I'm glad that I played the beta for Dissidea. I liked it, but man, is it confusing. There's just so much stuff going on. That it's hard to follow. This year, I wrote an article at the beginning of last year saying that 2017 was going to be the year of the fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2018 is like the year of the fighting game redux. We got Dragonball FighterZ, we got Dissidea, we got Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition with the third season of DLC. We have the Street Fighter Collection, which is all of the non-Street Fighter 5 Street Fighter games coming to the major platforms, including Switch. Which, by the way, that's where I'm buying it, and my kids are not ready. And then we got Soul Calibur coming later on this year. We got some random Weeby stuff. There's a lot of fighting games. And if they release a Smash port, which is possible, this is just bananas. So fighting games in 2018 are what we're kind of getting into the next topic. But while I was looking at EngageFamilyGaming.com, which I encourage everybody to do, I did notice something. There's a news article that I talked about. I thought we would touch on it. And that is that 2018 is the year of legendary Pokemon. So just to hit on this very briefly, you can get a full write-up of what is happening on EngageFamilyGaming.com. It's right on the front page right now. Basically, the Pokemon Company is continuing to support Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon with video game distributions, which are, when you go to a store and you get the cards. And so this year is all about legendary Pokemon. Last year was about mythical Pokemon. Now it's about legendaries. And a lot of it is bringing the legendaries from previous games up to the new generation. And so starting in February, and they're going to give some more details about where you can get it, but I'm guessing GameStop, Toys R Us, Target, that kind of thing. So the first month is Dialga and Palkia from the Sinnoh region, and they are two dragon-looking things. One's a steel and dragon type, and the other one is water and dragon type. My kids are hype. The big month, which is going to be real important, is June, where they have a legendary Zygarde, which is I don't know who that is. My kids know it as he's apparently a dude that has like 3 forms, and it's really cool. He looks rad because he's teal as opposed to green and black. But we got stuff going from February all the way through November. And so it's pretty rad. So if you want the full write-up, the article is called Celebrate a Year of Legendary Pokemon in 2018. It's on EngageFamilyGaming.com, and we will put a link into the show notes. And don't worry, I have already done it for you, Mr. Tomlinson, to save you time. So why don't we take a break? We've gone over some of the news. We've gone around the horn. Let's take a break and come back for topic 1, shall we?
Yep.
All right. We'll be back in a moment, folks. All right, everybody, we're back. Thank you for sticking with us here on episode 118 of Engage, a Family Gaming Podcast. I'm still Steven, still having a pleasant fireside chat with the man behind the curtain. And let's talk about topic 1, because we have 2 topics today. We're fancy. Let's talk about Nintendo Labo. For those of you that are wondering what the heck I'm talking about, Nintendo, this past week, and I recommend there will be links in the show notes to our news articles. But basically, Nintendo announced a line of DIY cardboard stem kits where basically you take pre-punched cardboard, fold them up, and make peripherals for your Switch. And the world was very divided. There are some people that are very excited. There's some people that are not. But the people who are excited are almost all universally children or people who like playing with children's toys, like me, or who have children. The hype level in this house is over 9,000.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old boy, and even the 5-year-old girl was like, I am in, Dad. I want that I want to play with that house and the piano. And then I saw the robot set, and I was like, holy hell, that robot transforms. I want to be a transformer. And so basically you fold these cardboard things in, and they use all of the neat little tricks that the Joy-Cons for the Switch can do. Like, they have a lot of bells and whistles that aren't used in many traditional video games. The HD Rumble is the one that comes to mind as being used the most regularly, but it has, an IR camera. It is very, it is super aware of how you're tilting it. This thing, it's pretty amazing. The buttons all work pretty well. There's buttons everywhere on this thing. So yeah, Nintendo announced they're making toys again, and they're DIY science toys. They're a little expensive, but I think when you compare them to other kits, like koala boxes and stuff like that, they're really not that crazy. What do you think? What was your first reaction? Like, opening out the gate, you watched the 2.5-minute video, which, by the way, we did link on the website. What was your first out of the gate reaction?
Well, even before when we were trying to predict.
Oh yeah, I was so wrong.
I was like, maybe because it's peripheral. I'm like, maybe rob the robot or something like that.
And I told you were wrong. I told you, no, I'm going to give you credit. I said, no, they just mean game. They mean game. And you know what? I was wrong. I'm going to take it. Once again, I'm not very good at predictions. Not rob the robot, although at this point, I think that's not entirely out of the question. Because who knows what they're going to do moving forward.
Well, the thing is, you could skin your own. So, it may be another robot, but you could put stuff on it to make it rob the robot.
Oh, totally. I mean, there's the Instagram is going to be on fire with some of these cool designs after this thing launches. I cannot wait to see all the stuff that comes out.
But I'm looking back at the thread. I said experience is a trick word because Nintendo is very calculated on how they say things.
No, you're totally right.
And then I was like, maybe something interactive that moves.
Listen, how much more do you?
I have no idea.
How much more do I have to admit that I was wrong? Right?
I'm not pulling you through the mud. I'm just like, I can't believe this thing exists. That's what makes me happy.
Exactly.
I don't have children. I'm too fat to get in that robot suit. I know that. But I am more than excited for this, and more to see the joy in kids' faces when they pick this up.
Oh, well, I mean, you're going to have to come by when they come out because, we're going to be – we have already started planning out the absurd amount of content we'll be creating about these kits. We're going to be talking about these things, posting about these things the entire weekend that they come out. So you're going to have to come by so you can hang out. We'll record while talking about it. But basically, these things are, so these are what the kits are. So there's two that they're releasing. First off, the things that you build are called Toy-Cons, which I am in love with. I love that name. It's such cool. It almost feels like these came first and the Joy-Cons came after. Yeah. So probably not. We'll probably never find out that detail. But I love the Toy-Con idea. So it comes in two different kits. The first one is the Variety Pack, and that comes with a fishing pole, a toy house, a piano. Let's put a pin in that piano because I have feelings on that. Like the handlebars on a motorbike, and what else? What did I miss? Fishing pole, motorbike, house.
Oh, the little robot, the little bug robot.
Oh yeah.
The dancing figure.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know if the dancing figure's in the variety pack yet. They haven't said it, but the RC cars, and there's a pair of those. That's the variety pack. Tons of stuff in there. The second kit is a giant backpack thing with a headset and a thing that you strap onto your feet, and that is a robot, where you basically go full on like Pacific Rim and knock down buildings and transform into a rocket-powered car. I can't wait to see that rocket-powered robot. As I'm calling it right now, that robot is going to be in Smash. The next Smash is going to have that robot in it, 100%. Especially if it has a name. You know, like if it has a name, like in that game, and they all come with a game. That, admittedly, I'm expecting it to be like a mini game, kind of party game collection, Wii Sports kind of deal, which is basically software to make use of these tools. Of them, on the variety pack, my personal favorite, I love the fishing pole. I think that's going to be interesting. But I'm a huge fan of the piano. You build a 12-key piano that operates. It's made entirely out of cardboard. I still remember, and John, you know where I'm going with this. I remember when I bought Mario Paint, or when I was gifted Mario Paint as a child, and it came with the Mario Paint Music Creator, which gave you the ability to make music in Mario Paint by, using Mario sounds. I, to this day, will occasionally go onto YouTube and find things made in Mario Paint music. Like, there are people whose entire interest in music was developed because of this. And they're giving kids a freaking piano.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that is fascinating. And I think that we are going to be feeling the effects of having this 12-key piano forever. I fully expect that there will be some person that will make a YouTube channel that is just them playing the pop songs for the next 15 years on that thing. If you happen to be skilled at playing the piano and improvising music, I just gave you free content. Go get yourself a couple of million page views. Just get good. Because, you know what I mean? Like, you and I could absolutely imagine us just sharing that.
Yeah.
Because we're going to see that. We're going to see that nonsense, and I'm so excited. They got and all of them are weird. This little house. It's like you're building a dollhouse, and you're jamming your the Joy-Cons into it. Interacting with it on the screen. I think that's neat. The motorcycle thing is a little bit more obvious, right? You're racing, but the key is it's built around this three-way framework, right? The idea of you build it. Then you can play with it. You play the mini games. My understanding is that there's going to be a way to kind of make your own experiences. I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm sure they're going to release more. And then you discover, which is you go through and it teaches you how they use the technology and the Switch to make these things happen. And that's what the part that blows my mind the most, is that, there's going to be kids that are just, they're going to learn engineering because of this thing, but they're going to learn engineering from Nintendo. People who are some of the best at some of this stuff. They make the most out of the most fundamentally simple and rudimentary technology. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like, they are, don't forget, they are a toy company.
Yep, have been for over 100 years.
Forever. That's what they were to begin with. And they found their niche. We know them as video games over here, but still over there, they make toys. They make merchandise geared towards what they produce. So it's just amazing that they found a way to capitalize on it.
Absolutely. I mean, I know there were a lot of jokes lying around. So the first kit, by the way, is $70. The robot kit is $80. A lot of people, on the internet being like, oh man, they're charging $80 for a stack of cardboard. I'm like, first off, I pay $120 every 3 months for a box of cardboard when I buy a Magic the Gathering expansion, and I don't have a single problem with it. You give me the ability to transform from a robot into a car, I will pay you $80 any day of the week. So come on, let's just be fine. But I think a lot of people just weren't imagining, right? Like they just weren't really giving it the credit, and maybe and part of that is because it's not for them. And I think that's something that Nintendo fans are not used to. Because for Nintendo fans, everything is for Nintendo. Like Amiibos. It's like everybody loves Amiibos. We didn't know we loved Amiibos, but now we know them, right? Maybe you don't love all Amiibos, but everybody owns one.
Yeah.
At this point, because you get it. It's like you got to at least have a Mario lying around so you can get the stupid little power-ups in whatever games you're playing. Just about everybody has one. And so that's fine.
I had to buy Bowser just to get the blue coin in, damn it, my brain fell out. Odyssey.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the only way I could complete because I couldn't figure out which ones I got and didn't get.
yeah, I mean, it's so, I mean, they're so good at this, and I mean, but they finally made a thing that isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm fine with that. This is most definitely for us, and I think it's definitely for families. So for those of you who took my advice, and I know there's many of you, and bought a Switch for your family this year, first off, good job. You made a good decision. The Switch is amazing. I would take a look at these. They're called Nintendo Labo. Pre-orders are up on Amazon and GameStop right now. You don't have to buy them both. That's one of the things that I do like about it. They could have bundled them all together,
Yeah.
and made them this $150, $200 thing. The fact that they divided them up, I actually really dig. But take a look at it, folks. It might, if you want to wait for reviews, if you want to wait for our impressions, I totally get it. They're coming out on April 20th. Yeah, I get it. They're coming out on 4/20. Let's all make our jokes. So they're going to be coming out on April 20th, which, for sake of looking at a calendar, April 20th is a Friday. Oh no.
What?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Oh, I gotta cancel some plans.
What?
I had just penciled myself in to go to a LARP that weekend, and I am not. Owlboy. Nope, not going. I am not missing Labo weekend. Nope.
You're not ordering it from Amazon.
Nope. Pre-order. I am pre-ordering from my local GameStop. So, I don't know, man. Well,
Have they fixed the rental situation yet?
No, it's not live yet. I actually, the rumor I heard around the internet is that the reason they didn't do the rental program is because it turns out that they found out that it was going to overtax their computer system, and their point of sale system has been, they haven't updated it for a while because they don't need to, because I mean they're just retail, but this system would just murderize it.
That's such a shame because I was really flat out excited.
Oh, God, dude, you and me both. We were going to buy it too, but I get what the issue is. They don't want to. They can't afford to not have computer systems that work. And what they're saying is, from what I understand, is had they gone live without their test, fortunately someone thought to do testing, and had they gone live without it, it could theoretically have basically crashed their software for days.
Yeah.
And probably would have resulted in the loss of millions of dollars of revenue. So I get why. But I'm sure that they're going to start working on updating their software, because that is a total segue on our part. Not off topic thing. That is a great way for them to kind of try and stay relevant, basically turning it into Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I think that's you can't rent games. GameStop will absolutely be a good place for that. So that's the Nintendo Labo. For those of you interested in our take on it, there's 2 articles up on the Engage Family Gaming right now, with a third one coming up later on this week, so you can keep your eye on it. We actually have an educator who's on staff, our board game editor, Linda. She's very excited. She's going to talk about what she thinks about it from an educational perspective. She thinks that it has some uses, especially for homeschoolers or for people looking to supplement science and STEM learning. But also, we have the news post that gives all the details And also, I wrote up a thing where I kind of surveyed the internet and found kind of the risks and rewards. The ups and downs of this particular product. I think it's a pretty safe bet for Nintendo. They're going to have a hit on their hands, but who knows? We'll see on 420. So let's take another break, very brief, and then we'll come back. We're going to talk about the games that we are excited for in 2018. All right, everybody, welcome back to episode 118 of Engage, a family gaming podcast. It's still just the two of us. We've gone through our other topics, we've done our homework, but now it's time to get excited about games that we are not going to play for months. We're going to talk about the games that we are excited for, and that we think you should be excited for coming out in 2018. So, obviously, we don't know every game that will come out this year. We have a reasonable list of games that are coming. And we also know what, we don't necessarily know when all of them are happening, right? But we've got a pretty good idea, so we're going to do the best that we can. And obviously our list is going to change because there are obviously going to be some games that are going to be announced, by the end of the year. Nintendo still hasn't told us what games are coming out at the end of the year, so we don't know who the heck knows. So let's start. Mr. Tomlinson, what is a game that you would like to... We're going to do this in no particular order. What is a game that you are excited for coming out in 2018?
Most excited.
Let's just get our most hype out of the way. What is your most
excited
hype?
in our vicinity, if it does happen, because it was slated for this year. They announced it like middle of last year. It will be coming this year. It may not be till December. It may not be till 2019, but Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, baby. It's worth noting that is Jenna's most hype game. She is hungry for the Kingdom Hearts. I don't think it's happening. If it does, it's going to come out like December 31st.
Well, they've been radio silent since E3,
yep.
And that's the scariest part.
Now, D23 in Japan is coming up soon, and that is where they tend to make
a lot.
So, I think we have I think we've got hope. There is hope.
Well, a couple years ago, there was some stuff at PSX, and that's what scares me. With nothing at PSX, I was like, something's got to happen. Something's got to move. Otherwise, it's
getting delayed. Yeah, well, so let's pretend like it is. I'm betting if it's coming at all, it's going to be in the fall. And at any time now, they could say, hey, check out our release date, blah, blah, blah. Kingdom Hearts is an amazing series. It is a mix of Final Fantasy and Disney characters. Yes, it is absolutely as absurd and stupid as that sounds, and it is wonderful. Those of you that are interested, I highly recommend that you hop on over to your PlayStation 4 and you grab the Kingdom Hearts collection. So I believe it's called Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 HD Remix is the name. And that is everything for the most part.
Yeah.
Up until 3, with the exception of a very, essentially a demo.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what was it called? It was 2.5.
There's a third game that you're missing called 2.9.
Yeah. Okay.
Prologue, which has...
Oh, no, it's Kingdom Hearts. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to say it. Kingdom Hearts. The game is called Kingdom Hearts 2.9 Final... No, it's Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue.
That's it.
Yeah. Which is basically like it's a demo, essentially, for Kingdom Hearts 3-ish. At least it gives you an idea what it'll look like. But there is a collection. It's Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 HD Remix, which includes a lot of game. At this point, it's like 20-something bucks on Amazon. It's basically stealing. And it's beautiful. And it'll give you an idea as to whether or not these games are for you. If you have ever dreamt of watching Mickey Mouse wear a black trench coat and dual-wield swords made out of magical keys, this game is for you.
Yeah.
So that's Kingdom Hearts 3. I am super hyped. I think all three of us are super hyped for that. This is our, right in our wheelhouse as far as, family games. It's a great game to play together because, the combat can be a little complicated, but, I don't think that's necessarily a problem. But it's Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and Goofy and Final Fantasy characters. It's just crazy. So, all right. So you stole one of my most hype, but I'm gonna go into it. Dragonball FighterZ / Soul Calibur 6. I'm gonna make it a tie from. Okay. I have played Dragon Ball FighterZ. Did I say Dragon Ball FighterZ earlier? You infected me. So Dragon Ball FighterZ, I am hyped for that game. It's coming out January 26th, so we know that it is coming, and that is in 5 days. I am very excited for that game. Can't wait to get my hands on it. We're going to see it at EVO this year. People, like the fighting game community, is very excited about it. This is one of those games that I think families are going to be able to play with it too. I mean, it's rated T because it's combat; they're humanoid characters. But this is not like this is not like a Mortal Kombat style game. This is really, it's a Dragon Ball game. So if you feel comfortable, let your kids watch Dragon Ball Z, the cartoon. Then it looks just like it. It's crazy. What's next on your list?
Next on my list, I'm probably stealing from you again. It's Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, yes. That is not what would be next on my list. However, I'm down. Yeah. I'm down. It's on there.
It's just I've been watching the development, and it just looks like so much fun. Like the way, like I know you talked on other podcasts that have people that have problems with motion, but I am beyond excited. I've always loved the Spider-Man franchise.
Yep.
Especially the older games, because as much as I look back and I don't like the Sam Raimi stuff anymore, the Sam Raimi games with Bruce Campbell doing the voiceover is just amazing.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Spider-Man is you can hear me gush on this game forever. When we talk, if you want to listen to me on Gaming with the Moms, but this is being made by Insomniac, who is they are a company that is really good at making games about traversal, games that just get it from place to place, is fun. This game is going to be so good. It's definitely coming out this year. We don't know when yet, but believe me, when it does, I will be playing it. This is going to be, I think this is going to be Sony's biggest game this year. And that's saying something considering the fact that God of War is coming out this year. I am not a betting man, but I bet Spider-Man will sell more copies than God of War.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I think it will. It's freaking Spider-Man, bro.
I know.
It's Spider-Man.
My only problem with both of these games is that they're only going to be available on PS4 or PS.
Yeah, it's only about 740 mil. It's only 74 mil install base. They'll be all right.
They'll be fine, but like the fact that I can't bring it anywhere.
Oh well, because everything belongs on Switch. What belongs on Switch? Everything. So, all right. So you rolled out with Spider-Man. I am with you. I want to talk about, but we've been talking about AAA craziness. Let me bring it down. Let's talk about Faye.
Yeah. So I introduced you to, by the way.
You did. You told me all about. Well, I was technically introduced to it by the EA press conference. Remember, I watch all those. But Faye is an indie game. It's a 3D kind of Metroidvania. One of these days, we're going to do a podcast where all we do is talk about genres.
Yeah.
And subgenres. But maybe we'll make it a segment where we just every week talk about a different one. And Metroidvania is one that I throw around a lot. Basically, those are games that are all about exploration. You get new powers that help you unlock things, and often encourage you to go back where you previously have been to find secrets. You play this little fox, and you are learning the sounds of nature, like the sounds of different animals, and using those different songs they let you interact with the environment in different ways. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It's got this neat, like, purple and black kind of art style. You definitely have to look at a video. I'm sure we'll put a video in the show notes.
I pitched it to you. It's basically Ori and the Blind Forest meets Journey.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much.
It's like they took Journey and they put Ori and the Blind Forest skin over it, and that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Mega excited about that. And that's coming out very soon, actually. February 16th, which is not that far away, coming out for PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox. A brief footnote, because I don't want to, necessarily drop too, but the day before that is the PlayStation 4, the new 3D remake of Secret of Mana, which I'm quietly hoping will be good. I don't know if it will be. I'm kind of hoping.
It's good, but I want it on Switch, or it need. I know it's out for Vita too. If it's cross-buy with Vita, then I'm fine, because I have a Vita.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that this doesn't eventually get ported.
Yeah.
I mean, Square isn't dumb.
It's coming on PS Vita, but I want to buy it once. I don't want to buy it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So what's your next game?
I was just scanning the Wikipedia page, and I almost forgot about this. Donut Country.
Yo, Donut Country.
County.
Donut County, yeah. Tell us the story of Donut County.
Okay.
What's it about?
Huge games called Katamari Damacy, which was huge in Japan, and basically what it was you're a ball, and you have to collect things, and the more you collect, the bigger the ball you get.
Yep.
This is the inversion of that, where there's a hole. And the more stuff you put in the hole, the bigger your hole gets.
Yep.
Until you swallow the entire world.
Yep.
And it's, of course, timed, or you have to get specific things to get to the next level. And if you watch the trailer from E3, it was so funny. Or not E3, it was PS Experience. So.
Yep. I mean, it looks great. It's going to be a neat little puzzle game. It's not like OMG on my list, but I am looking forward to seeing it. Another thing a subtle thing that I know I'm buying because I'm a monster, and that is the Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, which is coming out on March 6th because I have a problem. But how about a big one, Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves is going to be a big deal. It's March 20th, PC and Xbox One. There is a demo. It's a beta, but it's essentially a demo next weekend.
Okay.
That I will be participating in. Can't wait to play that one. Basically, the elevator pitch for Sea of Thieves is it is Destiny with pirates, but it's meant to be a little bit more family friendly. I'm in 100%.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
I've seen bits and pieces. I'm not fully in yet because I'm also not a Xbox player. And as much as I have a awesome PC, I don't play games on my PC. I have like a $1,500 PC, and unfortunately, I don't use it for video.
Well, you use it.
Reasons.
It's a tool, not a toy. I get it. Listen.
It should be a toy though. Like the amount of money I put in this thing.
Well, what are you gonna do? So that's Sea of Thieves. I mean, that's the first big Xbox exclusive outside of a racing game in a while.
Yeah.
So here's hoping that it makes a difference.
And it's very cell shaded, like.
Yeah. Oh man, the animation is absolutely stunning. Big fan of that. So what else you got on your list?
Next on my list would be, you stole Faye from me.
I totally did.
It's already out on Steam, but Owlboy is.
Owlboy, man. Oh, that's right. When is that?
February 13th.
Oh my God, so soon.
It's just one of those side-scrolling Metroidvanias, and you're an owl and a boy.
Yeah, but here's the thing, guys. I want you to look at the YouTube video for this thing, okay? And here's what's important. You got to know that every screen was hand pixel animated.
Yeah.
Like, they went crazy making this, and this was done by a very small team. I think it might have even been one guy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy the amount of work they put into it. So, definitely keep an eye on Owlboy. I had forgotten about that. Unfortunately, that comes out the same day as Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology for the 3DS, which that's really weeby JRPG that I'm probably going to play. And also, for us grown-ups, Kingdom Come Deliverance also comes that day, and that's a little PC game I'm probably going to be playing on this year laptop. Kind of can't wait. It's kind of like an MMO. It's like Skyrim set in the real world. So let's close it out with like one more game that we are excited about, because we really don't know a lot of the other stuff that's coming. But how about that Mega Man 11? Does that get you at all?
I'm just not good at the Mega Man games, unfortunately. Like, as much as I love side scrollers, I'm just not good at them.
Okay. I suppose that's reasonable. I will forgive you. So Mega Man, we don't know the date. I'm guessing it's supposed to come out by the end of the year, so I'm guessing it's going to be late in the year. Man, do I think it looks great?
It looks so cool.
It looks cool. I'm going to be terrible at it. Hopefully they do enough to bring back fans that have been missing. Have been kind of sad because really people have just been unhappy, as they say, with the state of the Mega Man franchise, and they did not like Mighty Number 9. So that's Mega Man 11. Just kind of going through some of the other games that have been announced, but we don't have release dates. For grown-ups, there is God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2, which, by the way, those are not children's games. They're not children's games. Apparently we're going to...
God of War.
Yeah, there is. We're going to have a Toe Jam and Earl game this year, though.
Yep, and I backed on Kickstarter, which we need to talk to one of our contributors, Stacy, because she was very excited and thought it was gone forever, but surprise to her.
It's back. It's back. It is back. And I'm sure there will be more announcements. And also, I'm sure that John and I missed some stuff, because we're not perfect. I'm pretty close.
I still got some stuff.
What else you got?
We also have Hollow Knight.
Oh, when's that coming?
There's no date, but it's definitely 2018, and that's a very, it's a Metroidvania that's like Ori and the Blind Forest, but you're a knight with a sword, a phone.
You're really, it's hard, too.
Yeah, it's hard. I have this on Steam, and I play it with my NVIDIA Shield TV, so I can play on my big screen. And it's a lot of fun, and it's very cool.
How did I forget Mario Tennis Aces?
There's something else you forgot, too.
What else did I forget?
Yoshi.
Let's talk about Yoshi. You're right. But we don't. Does he even have that game even have a name yet? No. I'm ignoring games that don't have names. But Mario Tennis Aces, guys, a Mario Tennis game. I love good Mario Tennis games, and we didn't get one on the Wii U. Yeah. And I really didn't get one on the Wii either, because it was just the GameCube version with enhanced controls. So the fact that we have a new one, oh my god, I cannot wait for Mario Tennis Aces. And it's coming out soon-ish. We don't know.
Yeah.
What else did I forget, John?
Fire Emblem.
Is that really a for kids?
Yeah, not really.
Probably not.
There's an expansion for World of Warcraft coming.
Yep, we will be talking about that. As
Dreams, which is
Dreams.
We don't know if that's gonna be specifically a kids game because it's very esoteric in some of the things that we've heard about. But that may be put to the side. Like even Little Big Planet had nods to things, but it was a kids game. So they're a weird French company, right, Sandbox?
Yeah, they're real weird. Yeah, they're weird.
Really weird. Like, yeah, the little
crazy.
I love the Little Big Planet games, and that's another like game where like I love them, but I've never finished one. But they're so much fun. But I want to play with somebody. So.
Yeah, they're bad. But I mean, what are you gonna do? So, I mean, I struggle with them. I don't like the platforming in them, and I'm terrible at creating things. But they have diehard fans, and I love them for it.
Oh, absolutely.
So Dreams. We don't even know what it's going to be yet, right?
That's
one of those.
Just like Labo for game creators, you know. It's just...
Exactly. Like, what is this going to end up being? I just don't know.
Because when I listened on IGN's PlayStation podcast, they were like, "Yeah, we played it," and the way the developer was talking, like, I could just make music levels, like just to play a song through the whole level, and the creation of all that is amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be. I mean, I'm interested to see how it comes out, but this is one of those things that I don't know if we'll be able to justify paying full price for it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I'll be able to use the creation stuff. Like, this is one of those ones where I kind of wish they would sell like a smaller version where I could just play like a limited suite of the creation stuff.
So what they're doing is you could buy the game and play the story mode and get the creation tools. The levels made by people, you will be able to download for free individually.
Even without the game?
Yep. That's what they said in their press. Yeah. How's that game going to make any money? Like,
hey, man, I hope that's actually what they meant to say.
Yeah.
Because I really don't know.
We have some more stuff. Kirby Star Allies on March 15th. And where was the other one? Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on May the 4th. Which is a master, but yeah.
But you know what? It's got Funky Kong in it, and I am in favor of Funky Kong.
Yeah, and it's on the Switch. We also have February 9th for Dragon Quest Builders coming to Switch. And then there was another Dragon Quest somewhere.
Well, no, I mean, they have Dragon Quest, I think it's like 11 or 12. I think it's 11. Dragon Quest, 11, Echoes of an Elusive Age that is to be determined platform-wise. Yeah. So, as you can see, folks, there are a lot of games coming out this year. There were a lot of games that came out last year. And I don't know how we're going to keep up. We're just going to have to manage somehow. But I'm sure that John and I did not. Here's what's crazy: we didn't come up with everything, and we probably didn't say what you're excited about. So here's what I want: tweet at us, let us know what you're most excited about, or even better, we're going to be posting this podcast in our community at engagefamilygaming.com/community. And we'd love to hear your thoughts. What your most anticipated video game of 2018 is? Maybe it's Labo. We'll call it. We'll allow that maybe that is your most anticipated game. Who knows? So come on in. We'll make a little poll, and we'll have some fun. Okay? So, John, thanks for coming aboard this week, helping me steer the ship.
That's what I'm here for.
Absolutely, you're the man behind the curtain.
I'm the captain of this. Not captain. I'm the navigator of the.
You're like the navigator.
Thieves ship.
Oh man, yeah. See, that's exactly it. You're the navigator. We're Sea of Thieves. I get it. I see what you did there. So until next time, folks. We'd like to thank you for listening to Engage, a Family Gaming Podcast this week. We hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as we enjoyed recording. We'll be back next week, specifically talking about some board games. But in the meantime, it'd be super sweet if you could head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. More reviews, good or bad, actually get us more visible to other folks. And, bigger audience means bigger things for Engage Family Gaming. You know the drill. So, until next week, this is Steven and John signing off. And, by the way, don't forget to get your family game on. We'll see you next week, folks.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to Engage, a family gaming podcast.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Tune in next week.